What's up? 10Ds, Devin, Tickles, Amar, Professor, Carson, what's up, man? Bro, AMC up 10%. Hey. All right, if you were on the stream yesterday, we went over the Parabolic setup that is currently taking place, and man, it's looking good. So... What up, Matt? Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is the confirmation I was looking for the cycle. So let's pull up the cycle. Talk about that here because we're entering the cycle. You guys know how this works. All right, every 2 months we come into the cycle. And what happens, right? We start seeing volatility kick in. Ever since the last volatility zone in the market here. All right, we've been trading sideways. And that's what happens in the cycle, right? We trade sideways until we get to the volatility zone. That's like every single time. There's been one instance where that has not been the case, and that was July 24th. Where AMC went up and got completely shut down by the algorithm, pump and dump, in the after-hour session, okay? So the fact that we're coming up here, we're up 11%. I'm going to talk about the targets I have for the next few weeks. But the fact that we're coming up now, we broke out of a very important channel. So, and we just crossed resistance as well. Like, we just crossed it, and we're holding that level, so it's not being rejected. Even if it was rejected, like, these bands that you're looking at here, the bands that you're looking at are showing, okay, they're showing a arc formation. So, the arc formation, the parabolic arc is very classic. You have an arc. Right, it comes down, and then this is where the arc takes place. So I call this a parabolic arc because it's inverse. If we take a look at AMC's classic parabolic arc down here, this is very classic arc setup. If you flip it over and you put it right here, we have the same thing taking place. So once this starts crossing that $15 range, from there it's probably going to squeeze, guys, okay? For the last almost 3 years, we've been on a straight dump. So, yeah, man, once this goes through, hey, Taylor Swift numbers coming out, all that good stuff. We got Beyonce next. I mean, all that, dude, is going to affect the price fundamentally. If, now looking at the fundamental side, because AMC is not a company that I believe is going to be going bankrupt. So why the hell is it trading at $9 right now? You know? I love these bands, dude. These bands are something else. So just look at how oversold it is, too. So much volume coming in, extremely oversold. Ah, Nick. Juan, what's up, man? All right, so the next few days are going to be pretty interesting here. Okay, so we have... Let me pull up some of the reference patterns I have here. I have like a catalog of just screenshots of patterns and stuff. So I'm gonna pull that up here. I think this is the one. So this is what I had happening in the next few days. And you can kind of already see it. It was like this. Right there, I'm trying to fit it as perfectly as I can. Had this on Twitter. All right, so you guys can kind of see that setup. So I call this, and this is on the way up from the projector, or the parabolic arc. This is a projector pattern. It's very classic. Just take AMC's projector in June. That looks like this. And then here, it starts to ride up. It starts to go up. So that's exactly what's happening right here. Right? One last retest. Maybe at 875, 850, maybe. And then we start to see it actually go up, going up to $10 probably next week. And then from there, we're at the POI, guys. So this is the start of the POI. You really don't see, like, this is the start of the volatility, but you don't see that, like, that major run until the setup is built. It's ready to go. So I think we're getting there. I think we're close. Definitely in the right direction. I mean, AMC is doing real good compared to the overall markets right now. Let's take a look at that. See what the overall markets are up to. Okay, so on the daily chart, what are the markets doing? So, here is AMC at the very bottom. I posted this in early September time, showing you guys how oversold AMC was compared to the entire market. This is like representing the change, so the ROC, rate of change of most stocks in the market, most stocks at least that you know and I know, and it just kind of it shows you the stocks that are most oversold, most overbought. So up here we have what is this, EV low, we have AAOI, Okay, CGC, that was a recent one. We have Carvana, AI, Upstart, Nikola, all these guys that are extremely overbought. Were in overbought territory, got shut down. These guys already went, all right, in the cycle. This is one cycle right here, the next cycle, and so on, right? Like, you have multiple cycles in the market. Because remember, guys, there are like 3 top hedge funds in the world, right? Like BlackRock, Vanguard. These guys control the entire algorithm. So just got to spot when it happens. So this was one phase. Here, I'll show you guys the previous cycle was Mara, right? So the crypto market, this is where it started to go up at the beginning of the year. Most cryptocurrencies started to really do their thing. And then right in this cycle, we started to see a lot of the EV sector go up, as well as some of the, pretty much the EV sector. And you saw Carvana go up from $3 to 60 something. And now we have the memes coming in. The memes are next, okay? Because cannabis already went, and we're starting to see some of these other coins as well, some cryptocurrencies that go up when AMC and GameStop do, like Pepe. Pepe's about to start going up again. So all this has to do, man, with the market cycle here. And AMC being at the bottom here for the last, the last month already, it's starting to climb back up. I mean, you can see it slowly starting to climb back up. What other stock did this already? Well, let's take a look. Take some of these off here so you guys can see them. So this is CGC, guys, okay? CGC was extremely oversold in June. It did the same thing. It had a double bottom setup on the chart here, and then it rode up, created a very similar setup, right? It starts riding up, creating higher lows, and then it just popped, and it went up 300, almost 400%. Okay, AMC, right here, same thing. Double bottom setup, and it's riding that parabolic arc. So it's slightly different, but it's still a parabolic arc, and it's still way below the threshold, right? The threshold, 0. It's currently at -50. So just imagine if it does something similar, like these other stocks that have already done that, right? If it starts climbing up, goes 300%, then it's going to go to like $30 or $35 from where it's currently trading at. What are we at? 918 right now. Okay, and then some of the fractals that we were tracking, we had Ethereum Classic was one of the ones we were tracking. We have CGC. We have a few others. Here's CGC, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC on the projector. And here's Ethereum Classic. Here's the one I think we're following. Okay. So on the last video, we were right here. It's a little hovering projector. And you can see AMC's is just slightly bigger. But it's basically the same. And then it starts to go up here. Right? So right here. Same thing. Pops. Creates another projector. And then it starts to go. let's do this. Let's take a look at some intraday patterns to track. All right, let's read the chat. David, appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, man. This whole thing is fun. I like AMC, even though it's been rough, you know, for the last few years. You know, just trying to crack down the cycle sometimes. And one of the things I tell the Discord all the time is, like, when we get to these, like, you know, volatility zones, these POIs, it really is, it's a 50-50 on whether it goes up or down. But it's just tracking that, like, you know, small window, that 13-day window, where volatility tends to kick in. And that's the opportunity right there. And you know, it's been rough. It's been rough just tracking this this zone here for a little while now, and just having most of these come down. But the good thing right now is that just taking a look at the chart, we've already hit all-time lows on many indicators, and we're starting to finally cross up. And that's the important thing here. Whereas with some of these other POIs we had in the past, we hadn't really done that. We were close, but we just really hadn't done that yet. So yeah, man, it's a nice little journey, man, but here we are. We're finally starting to see some change. Gotta come out with some bangers, man. Yeah, gotta get back on that on the cycle song part 2 or something, right? That'd be nice. Gotta get on that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at some other stocks here to try and figure out where we're at. So I can see that there is some correlation with this cryptocurrency. I've been tracking it before I went on stream. I've been tracking some of these patterns here. But ORDI USD, I think this one has a similar cycle right now to AMC. And I also think and I'm talking about the intraday charts, not the macro charts. Those don't really correlate. But this one here looks similar. I want to show you guys this setup right here. So we have this is an inclined M-shaped pattern. I've categorized these POI patterns very, very simple. There's only 6, and they so just real quick, guys, we have the You have the infamous arc, right? And all of these have, they're basically the same pattern. They're on different angles. So the parabolic arc, that one typically has a POI at the end. We have the inclined M-shaped pattern, which is this one. Comes down right here. And then we have, so that's the M, and then we have the projector, right? Just those. And then there's 6 because a lot of these have inverse POIs, and that means that the price tends to come down. And the reason I use these guys is because, well, in the market, they're going to tell you, right, oh, like, yo, this is a flag or whatever. But then the flag ends up either breaking down or up, and there's, like, fake outs involved in those patterns. So that's just kind of scammy in my opinion. That's why I use these instead. But I can clearly see one here. This looks like an M-shaped pattern right here. And then we have a point of interest coming up. Typically, that's how it works. And then here's a prime example of that pattern. Right here. So we have, goes up. Here's 1. Here's 2. Fake out. Boom. Goes up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this pattern because it looks good. It looks good. Like a good reference pattern to track. So here's the initial run up. It's 1, 2, 3. If you guys can kind of see this, the similarities between the two. They're not perfect. They don't have to be. But it's basically the same thing. And what I did last time to try and explain this pattern, I drew it on the bottom here. There's our little M. I'm going to fill these guys in too. Make them blue. There we go. Okay, and then this guy, you can just put it down here. Same thing, right? 1, 2, and right around here, we start to see some upside, which would be pretty insane, right? Because now this, and then this is where you can narrow it down to like intraday market. When you tend to experience volatility, a lot of the times that it does happen towards the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. The middle of the day is, most of the time, the middle of the day is just theta crush. They know that anybody trading options, especially like, you know, high risk options that expire today or something, they know that in the middle, right, everybody's going to be buying these, anticipating a move like now. And, you know, there's some apps, like some brokers too, like Robinhood and Webull. I don't know why they do this, but they don't even allow people to trade, I think, after like 2:30 or something. So think about that, right? Like that, there's a scammy nature to that. In that if volatility kicks in after 2:30 Central, well, why, right? Nobody else can trade options at that point. And they know the majority of people that are trading these stocks are people that have a Robinhood account or a Webull account. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. hit the like. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button. Man, we gotta get the streams going here. I gotta get the so if we get the price going up here, man, if we go up to the $10 range today, I will put some Disco Man and the Elephants, right? You guys know how that works. I mean, we're playing throwback music right now. I don't, like my mic is so weird, dude. This thing is just like in the way the entire time. Okay, 921, 11%. Taking a look at volume down here as well. We have here, let's hide this. I think we're gonna go up here. Like, even if there's a small fake out, I think we're gonna go up. See, because you can see it on this one. Let's see, I think Pepe did it too. Yeah, here's Pepe's, guys. This one probably looks a little bit better, I think. Man, there's so much volatility in the crypto markets. It's not even funny. This one's still calling for 10 bucks, just a little bit extended. Here it is, though. One right there. What's up, Joe? All right, so I can already see one developing here. So I'm going to show you guys something here, right? One would say, right? One would say this is a flag. Okay, but I bet you this breaks down right now and comes down here and does something like this instead. I might be wrong, but it looks like a flag, and normally flags break up, and they know that. So why I would rather call this something else here, it's like if it comes down and retests now a parallel channel instead, and then starts climbing back up like this. So something like that. Make that red. No middle channel. So I say it comes down here and then starts climbing up. There's a few setups that have this too. Just like this. And it doesn't really have to come down all the way too. It can double bottom. It actually would look better if it double bottoms because that'll be the flag fake out. The initial flag fake out is it double bottoms and then it goes higher the next time. It's always on these liquidity grabs, man. I'm telling you. So I think it's going to go down here. And then it'll go like that. Put it right here, though. Right there. Looks like in about 5 minutes, not even 5, maybe 2 minutes, it'll do that. And if it doesn't do that, then it's going to go way higher. I'm going to start drawing my little projection once it comes down here. And I'm going to pull it up with this instead. While we're taking a look at that, see how this is doing. If it does follow through. Take a look at XRP. I'm going to take a reference pattern here. What? Okay, where is it? Oh, I think it was Ethereum. Guys, the reason why I'm tracking this pattern right now is because Ordi is doing something similar, and I should just take Ordi then. What the heck? The heck, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here's Ordi. Okay. Here it is. Here's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's take this. Bring it over here. Now, there is 2 versions of this, so I'm going to bring them both. The other one is right here, and I think AMC could be doing this one too. If it does this one, then it's going to look more like a flag. But, let's see. Okay, so if it does this one, now it looks like it is breaking up. Let's see. Okay. So flag. This one is flag. Ordi's, you guys can see this, right? Ordi did have a fake out initially. It was right here. It came down and then it came back up. So double bottom came back up. Otherwise, it would be a flag and then it goes up, right? So with AMC's right now, it's hard to tell because now it's it is starting to go up. So if we start climbing up here, yeah, this would just be a clean. It would have been a clean flag, and this one is not a little scam like most, right? Because we get those scammy flags, man. Those pop up and they're pretty common. But now if we start climbing up here, that's a POI, man, on this pattern. It looks real nice. Look at that. That's clean, guys. Look at that. Ooh, that is clean right there. At 123, dude, if this starts going up at 130, I'm telling you, man, this is the algorithm, guys. This is the algorithm. Right there. Yeah, I'm thinking it's starting to look a little bit more like ladies. This is the ladies pattern up here. This one just kind of rides. It rides it up here. I'm gonna take that one out, actually. Nah. Ooh, it's coming up. It's coming up. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I like this one. Why do I like this one? So the levels are hitting, and then if we take a look at this mid phase here in the flag, we have 1, 2, 3. So a triple top comes down, and then it starts climbing up. That's the same thing that is happening right here in this mid phase. We have 1, 2, 3, and then right here we have a bit of an inverse pattern, but it doesn't really matter because the overall structure is still hitting the major points. So resistance here, about to break resistance. If we fully break it, we're gonna see a massive candle here. Otherwise, would see something inverse happening, but most of the time we're gonna see, especially on these patterns that just look so good, we should see some upside, man. We should see some upside. You guys like this little astronaut dude just rowing full time, non-stop? It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. All right, let's pump Amy up. All right, guys. Let's pump her up. Let's get it. Amy, it's time to pump. It's time to pump the game. Pump it. All right, guys. Throw some elephants in the chat right now. Throw all the elephants you can fit. One go. I want this freaking stream thing just like rolling. All right. I want it rolling. Cashing out. Come on, guys. Let's get it. It's about to get funky in here. There it is. There's the candle. There is the candle. Come on, Amy. Let's go. There's the candle, guys. There's the POI. Come on, it's kicking in. Let's go. Let's see 950 first, and then let's cross and see a little maybe gamma effect or something. A little gamma effect. That'd be nice. Woo. All right. I'm getting Disco Man up in here. Just getting ready for some penetration. All right. It's been too long. It's been way too long, man. Oh shit, there it is, guys. There's the POI. Let's go. Let's get it. It's kicking in. It's kicking in, man. Are we gonna see 950? We're gonna see. We might see 10, bro. We might see just 10 today. Here it is. Boom, boom, candles, baby. Oh, baby, let's go. There it is. Oh my god, bro. How big was this candle right here? Oh. It's almost 1% right there. Phew. Oh man, this is great. Look at that, the algorithm. I'm telling you, man, the algorithm. It's the algorithm, bro. Alright, come back over here, bro. I'm gonna need a little more than that, though. I'm gonna need more than 1%. I'm gonna need 950 first, full cross. All right. Full cross, Amy. Oh man, we're getting close. Let me change this to, yeah, bars. I don't know, man. Sometimes these bars, they just be showing you something else. Even though I like the average better, but you know, in this case. Raspu. Oh my god. Okay, bro, this is bringing me back to like 2021. Right. Nostalgia, bro. Alright, let's go back a little bit. 5 minutes. There we go. We're riding that resistance band right now. Come on, Amy. Give me another green candle. Oh, there's another green candle coming out. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay, okay. Oh, baby. Look at that green candle. Okay, okay. Oh, she's looking good, man. She is looking good. Let's get it. All right, we're getting elephants in here. All right, we're getting elephants in here. I can't find the elephant. I'll have to get him back though. We got Disco Man right now. I might be able to get Will Smith up in this, but you gotta stomp on the price, bro. She don't want to stop, man. She don't want to stop. Could be like this too. I mean, like, kind of makes more sense that it is like this. Here. Cross, bounce on support. Cross did not bounce off support, just kind of kept going. But I like that. I like that. Here's the break. Here's the break. Oh, Amy. It's been so long, man.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. No matter.
real quick. So just looking at the macro chart here for next week, just one of the things that I went over on the stream a couple of days ago was, so you guys know how the ROC indicator works, the rate of change. That's how I calculated the how oversold AMC was. It's one of the things that RSI is not really going to show you for looking at the entire market. So rate of change, I think, is just a little bit better at that. And one of the things that we were tracking here, down here, which you're already starting to see it, right? Which is this inverse parabolic arc in the making. And we crossed here first. We crossed a very important level, and it was because we were doing this triple top setup. You can see it on the chart as well. But once AMC gets above the 25% change, there's 2 times already that we've tested this range. We tested it back in August, and what happened? We got rejected. We tested it in July, or I'm sorry, in early September we got rejected, and then in August we got rejected as well. And then in September we tested it one more time and got rejected. So if we cross this is going to be our 4th test right here. It's our fourth test. If we cross this, man, it's go time. And now the fact that we're in the point of interest, in the volatility zone, just makes things a lot better for Amy. Okay, so we crossed it. Here's an example of crossing 4, right? So right here on the 4th, we cross and we start busting right through. We can take a look at this on the daily chart. Already starting to see a turnaround. Okay, in the moment, this is going to be crazy, man. Like, the last time this happened was in April of 2020. I already went over the correlation there. And yeah, dude, it went up 300%. So just like CGC, just like, well, no, Carvana and AI went up a lot more. But just like CGC did, in March, 300% move to the upside. Here, 300% move to the upside. AMC would go to about 35 first. From there, you gotta look at January, right? We went up to a range and then we came down for a little bit. We traded sideways and then we kept going up. So this just means that AMC is on track to turn around its trajectory, which has been bearish for the last 2+ years, almost 3. So that's step 1, man. This is one opportunity here. From here, if it does not just keep going, if it stops, then we're gonna get another cycle, another few cycles, and it's just gonna keep turning. And then we just need the chart to turn around. All right. Here, I'll show you guys 2 different charts that have already done this in the past before. And these are some of the fractals we're tracking right now. So, same time frame, everything. All right, we have Overstock, which right now it's up for some reason. Overstock did this back in the day, bro. It's an OG for it. Look at the correlation here, and let's change this. It's the same. 10, 15. Daily chart, and then here's AMC's daily chart. We're gonna fit it all the way so you guys don't think I'm BSing you on this, but like, look at this. This is the same time, bro. Look. See how long it took. Here, peak, the bottom, 876 days around there. Bro, 800 at the bottom, about 800 days. So AMC, and well, I'm taking the peak here actually. Hold up. Drop 853, 850 something, 800 and something, 820. 853 would be start. So, like, I mean, looking at it from the daily chart, I think this is a good correlation to track, man. Like, whoo. Looking at the volume 2 from the drop, man, if AMC just kept going and just busted right through, then yeah, maybe we would see new highs next year. But it would have to repeat this cycle. There's one more, Tilray. Tilray already did this as well. Now, Tilray didn't go up the same way, but it took the same time. So from the peak, it's back in 2018. You can see it starts climbing up around the same time, 853, and it just busts through. But in this case, if we're looking at like a similar correlation as far as like ratio-wise, AMC would go up to about 150, 170. Still a lot, but this is the other one I'm tracking for a ripple effect. Man, a ripple effect. All right, let's take a look intraday now. I just wanted to rant on that for a little bit. Okay, so this pattern, time-wise, no longer tracking this one, but it doesn't mean it still can't turn around. Still like it right now, looking pretty good. I ride like that and keep going. Let's take a look at. Oh, well, yeah, this one is still on track, man. It's like in its own way, this would still be considered. Hey, 2 o'clock's coming up. 2 o'clock is coming up. You know what that means. Purple outside. Purpley outside. Thank you. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, we go live. Amy's pumping. We rally with the family. And I post videos on AMC's cycle that it's been tracking for the last 2 years. And it's been great to us, man. It's been pretty accurate. Right now we're 6 for 5 on spotting the for volatility zones that have played out inside of the 13-day window. It's 6 for 5, so one of those did play out outside in the after-hour session, and we quickly saw it get rejected because the algorithm said no, and it just it kind of sucked, man. But it is what it is, so we do that and a lot of other things. I do cover here and there crypto. I will start doing that in the mid to short term a little bit more because I think there's an opportunity as well in the crypto market. So I'll be talking about Pepe and a couple of other cryptocurrencies. So subscribe if you haven't, man. Subscribe. Also, real quick, guys, check out twecharts.com. I have all the indicators I use there. I have the new options calculator as well as the crypto calculators coming out soon as well. And you get a bunch of other indicators that are on the website there, as well as the Discord. If you wanted to join the Discord, I have a lot of different plays that I track, crypto, options, all that good stuff that have to do with the cycle. So if you guys want to check that out, click the link below. Otherwise, just freaking subscribe, bro. Or you could do both. All right. We got 7 minutes till 2 p.m. Let's see what goes down. We got Muse playing right now.
Oh, when I woke up tonight, I said I gotta make somebody love me. I'm gonna make somebody love me. And now I know, now I know, now I know, I know that it's you. You're lucky, lucky, you're so lucky.
All right, I'm going to take a look at some, this is the options calculator, by the way, guys, the one I just talked about, and I'm going to just update some things that I have. Remember, this is not financial advice. I am just looking at some contracts here. And I'm curious. I'm just curious to see what the $10 strike for... I'm just curious to see what these high risk, high reward contracts are going for, or are at right now. I want to do it on this so I can show you guys how this thing works. Probably there. Yeah. Well, implied volatility is definitely higher now. The only thing you got to put here to make this work is the implied volatility, which any broker that you have will have the implied volatility, because TradingView, they don't have options, so they can't provide that. They don't have the option chain, they can't provide that. But the calculations and everything are the same all the way through, so it's really accurate in telling you the price, the current price. AMC, what are you at right now? 27, 10 bucks, $10 strike is currently trading. Oh yeah. A little bit, almost 100% on these. At 117. So IV had already gone up. When I had these, they were at like 107. So yep, 74 right now, 74 cents roughly. IV is changing back and forth. Okay. Now, this is the cool thing about this, man. Tells you a little projection there. It tells you what they're currently trading at, which about 75. And it tells you the target. It calculates the target for you by the date in which you want to exit the contract. So I put the 13th here. This is really cool because like I can use fractals and then figure out when I want to exit. And it's just awesome at that. Here's AMC. Let's see. Here's the one that I'm tracking. That is just literally so accurate right now. So, yeah, no, this is calling for like these $15 level by the 11th. I'm just gonna see what it does on the 11th here. 11th is a Wednesday. Target price, I'm gonna put 15 and see how it changes down here. Basically tells you that by that time, if implied volatility is around the same, which I think it'll be higher because AMC doing a move like this is going to kick the volatility through the roof. So this is actually lower than the target, but if you any calculator that you try they don't take into account what the implied volatility is going to be at the end here. So yeah, man, that would be about a 5.1 target from 76, currently 76 cents. So pretty cool stuff, guys. Calculator, you can get this shit. twecharts.com. So pretty cool stuff. For those in the Discord, I'm not doing anything with the current. I'm personally not doing anything with the current contracts. I'm just gonna let them do their thing, man. Let them do their thing. Because AMC, I think, is headed the right direction. If there's a gap up or something next week, yeah, contracts would just explode at that point. And they're up a little bit over, almost at 100%. So they're at 75, 79 is the ask, 76 is the bid. I had these at 40 cents, so a little bit over 90-something% right now. And that's what we do in the Discord, man. We try and crack down these volatility zones on many different stocks. It's not just AMC, using the cycle to help spot these. And this is a prime example of that, right? We spotted this back in September. They were at 40 cents, and then now they're currently trading at almost 80. So just in a matter of like 5 days, man, 100% right there. All right, guys, it's 2 o'clock. Let's take a look at Amy right now and see what we got going on. The intraday chart. Do like how it's folding up. Another indicator coming out soon. It's called Levels. It's already out, but I'm updating it from the previous one. This one's just a lot cooler. Measures, bro. These freaking zones, man. Using some bands. 60. It's the highlighter. Get you a little 3D effect. And it just, if you're on the smaller time frame, you know when you're on the minute chart or the 2-minute chart or 5-minute chart when you're trading crypto, and then you're like, I wonder what this looks like on the 5-minute or the hourly candle. Well, that's basically what this is doing. It's showing you like a bigger version and what's happening inside those candles, which is the coolest thing, because then you can kind of see like, well, if we're trading here, is there a possibility that we can come down and still develop this macro pattern, right? That's a projector. So even if this came down here, right, it's like, it's still bullish, but it's maybe short-term bearish, or, vice versa. Like, we can be going up. So gotta love that, man. This thing is cool. love this song, man. Assassin by Muse. Also, guys, I did close the. I had to do this, unfortunately, but I closed the Discord chat, the free one, due to just a bunch of bots that were. I don't even think they were bots. I think there was people inside creating links. So if you want to join that one, just send me a message on X or Twitter, which is also on the website TWE charts, or if you don't for some reason navigate and find it there, you can still look me up on Twitter. It's TWE charts as well. KK. All right, we're going to do that pattern that I showed you guys that I'm currently tracking is Ethereum Classic. You guys know how the correlation works, so we're going to go back here and take a look at it. So it's not a one-to-one pattern. This is a fractal. It's right here. Okay, and I want to show you guys where I think we're at in this little freaking sequence. Take the levels down a little bit. There you go. Ethereum Classic on the bottom. AMC on the top. Okay, so I think we're right here. I think we're right here. Okay? And if you take a look at this pattern, right? So here's what we call the hovering projector. Hovering projectors, they're not like the classic AMC projector in 2021, looks something like this, where it comes down and it's not inclined, it's pretty flat. It's a leveled projector, right? Like that. That's a projector. This one, hovering, it kind of goes up. And it has it's not as steep, so we call it a inclined M-shaped pattern, which is also a projector. And AMC is doing that right now. So this right here, it's right here. And as soon as it's done, so volume is one thing you have to track there. Volume has to be high on the projectors. And we see that down here, and we also see that finally kicking in here on AMC's chart. So this little section right here, we have larger volume candles around the projector, whereas if you go look at the middle of the chart, there's a bunch of red candles and it's just pretty flat. There's not much going on. So now that it's kicking in, that's how I know that this POI is probably going to hit soon. Initially this crossed resistance and then it got shut down and then it kept going. Okay, so I'm going to take the entire pattern now so I can show you guys what would happen if this thing just kept going. That was the peak, April 26, 2021. Look at that, man. So good. This is why. Okay, so I'm taking the high here, trying to get a little average here. So first, the initial level I'd be tracking, and this kind of makes sense if you take a look at how ugly the option game can be sometimes. So what are they going to do, right? They pump it towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, maybe. Volatility starts to kick in, and, you know, if you're not in on contracts or something and you just got them, this is at like kind of like pre-FOMO phase where they kind of fake you out a little bit. So over the weekend, right, maybe it'll gap up or something, and then they shut it down to kill and crush the volatility a little bit before they run it again. So this kind of makes sense going to it, just looking at this specific pattern. It doesn't have to happen that way. If they're already anticipating a run or some kind of catalyst to fit the agenda here, then this thing is just going to keep going. And we're going to see it fully cross 13 and then, 17. So here's one. And then if you take a look at everything else, we have AMC right here. We have Bed Bath & Beyond. And we have CGC. All of these, they're all calling for upside. They're all short-term patterns that have a similar setup. Okay, here's all of them. Here we got, see, this one you can't really see. Well, CGC. Okay, look at how these levels, and I'm talking about like, they're all, bro, they're the same. And I'm not really looking at the high so much. I'm looking at what's going on in between. So, and then this guy, that boy right here, all of them hitting that 17 first, at least that $17 to $18 range before until it hits that range, guys. That's confirmation one on this POI. When it hits that, then you got to start looking at if it's going to keep going and where it's going to go from there. All of these stocks that you're looking at, they first had the initial run up, contracts went up, and then about a week later it would keep going. It didn't just bust through and keep going, right? It took a few days to develop. The only one being a fractal here is Ethereum Classic. The other ones are just patterns, and AMC's actually. AMC's is a fractal too. The other two, man, 1-to-1. That I like that. I like these odds, man. So when Prius, man, yo, I'll get a Prius, man. Prius are dope. Those things, man. Something about them. It's like you're driving a golf cart. They're smooth, reliable. 400,000 miles on that thing. But I want a Roadster, man. That's my car right there. I'd get a Tesla Roadster. Is that Ava's pulling back to before continued run up to 14, 15? Yeah, we can take a look at this. So we'll take a look at CGC for comparison for that. I think that one is better to track. Now, CGC got rejected initially. That doesn't mean AMC is going to do the same thing, guys. You got to remember that there's a bunch of other patterns in the market or stocks that went up like this and kept going. AI, Upstart, Carvana, all of them, they got to this phase and kept going. Some of them had an inverse POI, and that was, unfortunately, CGC here. It did not keep going up. It got shut down. So here's what I got for this. But in this case, if we were tracking something similar, it's like this. Starts climbing up here, breaks the first level of resistance. So here's our little projector on CGC. Right? Let's see how much it goes up. So it goes up about 70, almost 80% first from the bottom. So we were taking it from the bottom here because we want to look at the same kind of a setup, right? Taking a look from the bottom, a 70% move. Yeah, it would be like all the way up here, which is, yeah, comes back to the initial drop. 14th would be the 6th, close to the initial drop. Then it comes down. All right, on the way down, should be similar, about 25%. Then it keeps going. And, man, if we're looking at similar percentage levels, like I said, this thing ran up over 300%. Yeah, almost, yeah, 400% CGC ran. So let's see. Jeez, man. Right there. Coming back to this 40, basically 35, 37 like we talked about. And a lot of these patterns that we're currently tracking, some of the bigger ones, so Bed Bath & Beyond I think is one of the ones that is, yep, look at that. Bed Bath & Beyond's pattern hits that to a T. So this is the one that is saying we wouldn't get rejected and we would just keep going. But it also hits that $17, $18 range on the initial POI. So the one that's probably going to kick in next week would first hit that level, and then it would keep going to 37. And this would mean, guys, look at this. Cycle. Why the hell is this lining up with the freaking point of interest, bro? Why? Why are all these lining up, man? Because AMC is still tracking the 62-day cycle, all right? So if something like this happens, okay, you guys will know why. You guys will know why. A lot of different stocks that we're tracking right now have very similar setups. I said October is going to be green. I said August was going to be green. And then we, towards the end of August, and I'm talking about for the markets, they were not for AMC so much. But now we're starting to see some of these sectors finally go. I think AMC is next on the cycle sector rotation to go. Uh-oh, YouTube's getting mad. They're getting mad that I'm playing Muse. It's always Muse, bro. God, I love Muse. But it's always Muse. Anything else I play, they don't mind so much. Oh yeah, this is starting to make sense now, man. I'm starting to see the setup. I'm starting to see it just pan out, man. That's a good question, Matt. Well, a few things. So, and we can take a look at the volume here. Just gotta fix the status line, volume. So today we have about 31 million in volume. So not a lot. The thing is, we have a lower float. So back then on these like major, points of interest. So volume, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is also adjusted on the reverse, when it comes to the reverse splitting. Yes, it is. So that's why you're looking at here 142 million when before it was a billion in volume. In January, it had a billion. Oh, you can't see that. See right here on the top, it's it says here like volume 142 million, right? But times 10, that's a billion. That's the only time we had a billion in volume in a day. So that's why the charts are starting to look like that. It's just the adjustment. So yes, volume is going to be low. It's going to be lower because of the adjustment. If it was the other way around, then there would be more, because AMC is now 10 times. Technically, it should be trading at 90 cents, but it's trading at 9. So if it's 90 cents, obviously the volume is going to be extremely high. But in a way, you know, like, that kind of puts a lot of because if it ever reached those, you know, those numbers again, like where we would start to see some heavy volume, like this was an inverse squeeze, guys, and you can see this red candle here is basically the same as what happened in June. Like, they're very similar levels. This is why I think that we're going to start climbing up, because if we take a look at June and why we have this inverse POI, right? What happens when the price finally peaks and tops, right? So we take this pattern. You guys know how the arc works. The price reverses back up, and what does it create? Creates an inverse parabolic setup, which is the same thing that's happening right now. And you know how I know this, guys? You know how I know this? Because the changes indicator is doing it. Look at the changes indicator compared to AMC's arc. It's the same. You even have the initial this right here, bro, like this little double bottom that rides up, ROC, same freaking thing, and it's turning around. So what happens when it turns around? The price goes up. So this, man, right here, this is it. This is it. Guys, and say, like, if you take a look at these levels as well, being that this was an inverse squeeze, if you take a look at the same levels, again, first calling for the $20 level here on the arc setup, and the second level to track, I've already pulled this up here, but would be for the Bed Bath & Beyond pattern, would be about 38 first. So those are my targets, man. If this is a bullish POI, if it's a positive POI, those are my targets. It's going to be 17 first and then around 35, because they're both, and Professor had mentioned this too, but there is a gap on from 36 to 45. And if that is filled, it would make sense for the price to come up here and then maybe get rejected for a little while before it starts climbing back up again on the next cycle. There's only two ways this can go, guys. If this is a bullish POI and it hits, it's going to go up. It could get rejected, or it'll cause a squeeze. It'll cause a gamma effect that will make the price go higher and higher and higher very quickly. Ripple effect, that would be great, but the algorithm doesn't care, right? The algorithm's going to do what the algorithm's going to do, and if it breaks, you're going to get a ripple effect. You're going to get a squeeze. If it doesn't, then you're going to get something else, but essentially still something bullish, because the algorithm still has to delta hedge, and the way it does it, it can't go down forever. It's got to go up. But the good thing about lower floats is that, yes, they do tend to make it harder for, well, really on both sides, but the price does tend to have a wider spread on the bid and ask. It doesn't affect options as much. It's more of a price thing. Typically, lower float, lower shares have a wider spread. And this is why when we had everything kind of happen, you started to see, like, the price behave a little different. Like, we weren't barcoding so much. When we broke out, volume kicked in, you started to see AMC, like, trading back in 2021, which is good. So as long as we're not getting diluted every other week, I mean, the price should start climbing up because like now that the float is lower, we have less shares in the market. At some point, I feel like Adam Aaron is going to put out another offering and dilute it a little bit more. So that's the only thing, man. That's the thing you have to watch out for a little bit is him coming back and throwing some, some more shares in. But I think we're good for now. I think until this POI is over, unless something happens at the peak, you're going to have a catalyst, right? That's going to bring the price down. Who knows? Who knows? But up to that point, man, we're looking good. Milo, thank you, man. Still making music. Yes, still making music. Apart from like what I do here, man, with TWE, do have some things that I'm putting out just on my artist page. So I'll keep you guys updated, man. Definitely in the works for sure. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's take a look at some of these cryptocurrencies that I think are going to bounce soon. For you guys, just if you track the Ethereum Classic setup that we had before, I've been doing a lot of analysis on crypto. I just want to like share a few things that I think are going to go down because if this POI is positive, it's very likely that there's going to be a rally in the crypto markets. And Bitcoin already showed that it's flipping. So a lot of levels have been crossed. One of the cryptocurrencies I'm tracking right now to absolutely just bust through, man. If you guys saw the Pepe video that I posted back in May, the correlation between Pepe and Shiba, this is crazy. It tracked, man. It tracked to a T. And I told people, like, it's possible this is going to dump. It's going to dump hard, and it's going to go down to the $400 million market cap, which it did. So here it is, man. And we'll just talk about this real quick because one of the things I'm looking at here is Pepe, Nana, beer, definitely. You know, I just had a sour last week, the blood orange, man. I found it, so I'm gonna have to get another one. Thank you. Okay, I always look at the freaking swap, man. The swap contracts just give you a different price. I think it's this one. Should be. Watch this, guys. Your mind's about to be blown on this one. Your mind is about to be blown on this one, bro. Down here, we're going to bring over Shiba Inu. That did this back in 2021. And it didn't do it on the Binance chart. It did it on this one. Right here. Which is the craziest part to this puzzle. Because it did not look like this. It did not look like this back in 2021 on the Binance chart. The Binance chart looks completely different. This is why I'm telling you, man, the algorithm does some ugly things sometimes. Guys, tell me that's not the same pattern. Okay? You saw the Pepe video. You saw what we talked about, that this was going to dump on the Binance when Binance released it in May. The events here are the same. We got it coming down in May of 2021. We got it coming down May of 2023. What is it now, guys? October. It starts to pump like crazy. Look at this. Right here. I think we're right here, man. I think Pepe's right here. Okay? I think it's a week behind the tracking. This is May 5th, May 10th, June 15th. See right here, June 22nd. About a week apart. So Shiba starts running the 4th of October, which puts a POI on Pepe roughly around the 9th to the 11th. That's when I'm tracking it. So probably next week or something, if we start to see this thing pump, here's the correlation, man. Here is the correlation. guys. Giving you guys some cryptos that potentially could pump, man, soon. Post these all the time, man, on the Discord. Discord, we track these like you wouldn't believe. This one, Ordi as well. Ordinals is another one I'm tracking. Okay. All right, AMC's coming back. What's going on here? It's turning around. It's turning around. All right, all right. Okay, guys. So to finish off the day, I'm gonna go update, do my job, man. Go update and do some things here on the website and the Discord. So, guys, I think the price is probably going to remain somewhere along the lines of the either like the 950. If it gets close to it, I think somewhere in between there and 970. If not, anywhere between 9 and 970 is my target for the end of the day. Like I said, going into next week, I think it's either going to gap up or there's going to be a fake out in the morning, and then the price is going to continue to rise as we enter the POI, the volatility zone. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe, man, because we're going live next week. Other than that, guys, thank you for coming in on the stream. Hope everybody has an awesome weekend, and rock and roll, Amy. Rock and roll. All right? Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.